Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dietrich, and today I am going to try to help you answer the age-old question. Should you buy a Tesla Model 3 or a Hyundai Ioniq 6? Both of these electric sedans are on the relatively affordable end of the scale as far as EVs go. Both are technologically advanced and stylish, and both are relatively fresh designs. I am going to be comparing the Ioniq 6 SEL with the Tesla Model Y Long Range because those are the two that I have reviewed and because they are relatively close in price. Let's get started. You only get one chance for a first impression, so we are going to start with styling. The Model 3 is a known commodity at this point, although the updates for the refreshed Highland model do make the car look more sleek and modern than the original Model 3. Even so, the Tesla still does look a little bit like an egg to me. The Ioniq 6 looks more like a banana than an egg, but I do find the details like the wheels and the LED running lights and tail lights more appealing, and I think it is the better looking of the two cars, so the first point goes to the Hyundai. Next, we will move on to the EV powertrains. The Model 3 Long Range and the Ioniq 6 SEL that I drove were both rear-wheel drive cars, so that's what we're comparing. Tesla shows their EV expertise here. The Model 3 Long Range outguns the Ioniq 6 SEL with 286 horsepower versus 225, and a longer estimated range of 363 miles versus 291 for the Hyundai. Whether or not either of these cars will actually go that far on a single charge is highly subject to debate, but regardless, the point here goes to the Tesla. When it comes to passenger space, both of these cars are very good. I have plenty of room to sit behind myself in either one of them, and I stand 6'5" and cover the ground I walk on. Both of the cars I tested had rear air vents and rear USB-C charging ports, but the Tesla also had a cool touchscreen in the back seat to adjust the temperature and play games. I like that feature a lot, but I do not love the giant glass roof in the Tesla, which is not optional. At any rate, both cars have great passenger room, so they both get a point here. Moving on to cargo space, the Tesla is the clear winner here. The Ioniq 6 has a pretty small 11.2 cubic feet of trunk space, but the Model 3 has a total of 21 cubic feet of trunk space when the underfloor storage in the trunk is taken into account. The Tesla also has its frunk, which is very useful, but the Hyundai only has a small partial shelf under the hood. There is a bunch of mechanical stuff under there too. Tesla's seats even fold down flatter than the Hyundai. Tesla clearly has more experience designing electric car chassis than Hyundai does, and it earns another point here. When it comes to interior design, Tesla always takes their own minimalist road. The latest Model 3 doesn't even have a turn signal stock or a gear shifter. Instead, you get buttons on the steering wheel for the signals and you put it in drive with the touchscreen. The Ioniq 6 has an overall more traditional cabin, complete with modern digital gauges and a regular old turn signal stock. Tesla may be superior to Hyundai at engineering a chassis for an electric sedan, but they could certainly learn from the legacy automakers about ambient lighting. The new Model 3 has one thin light bar surrounding the cabin, whereas the Ioniq 6 SEL has multicolored ambient lighting that looks fantastic along the scalloped door panels. When it comes to interior features, the Model 3 and the Ioniq SEL both have built-in navigation, heated seats, Bluetooth, and satellite radio. The Tesla one-ups the Ioniq 6 with cooled seats and a giant glass roof, whether you like it or not, and the Ioniq 6 hits back with AM radio, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, which you will probably never be able to get in a Tesla, and a nice set of digital gauges to make it easier to keep your eye on your speed and other data for the car. At the end of the day, they both have nice interiors, and I can't really decide which one I like better, so I'll take the easy way out and give them both a point here. We will finish by talking about value. The Tesla has a price of $44,130, and the Ioniq 6 SEL has an MSRP of $46,695, although that price difference gives me no pause, as I'm sure your friendly local Hyundai dealer will discount one of these beasts to make up the difference if they have it in stock and you ask politely. At the end of the day, though, I think the Tesla is just the more practical and satisfying car. More practical because of the cargo space and the Tesla supercharger network, and more satisfying because it's just more fun to drive, it's faster, and it has better handling. In a lot of ways, I prefer the aesthetics of the Hyundai, but my most recent ex-girlfriend was also very aesthetically pleasing, and that relationship still imploded like an old casino in Las Vegas. One more point for the Tesla. So after all that, the final tally is 3 points for the Ioniq 6 and 5 points for the Model 3, making the Tesla Model 3 my winner. I have to admit that I feel like the Tesla's win was slightly more decisive than that, and I am a bit surprised by my own conclusion, but the more I went through all of the categories and my own notes and videos that I did on these cars, the more I realized that I prefer the Tesla. With that being said, if it were me choosing one of these cars, it would all come down to which one had the more enticing lease payment. I would not purchase any electric car right now, nor would I advise a friend or family member to do so. It would be a 36-month maximum lease term and hand the keys back when it's over. If the Ioniq 6 had a significantly lower payment than the Model 3, I'd spend the next 3 years explaining to people why I'm driving a car that's shaped like a banana, regardless of the fact that I actually prefer the Tesla. Please leave me a comment and let me know if you agree with my assessment. Please like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please have a great day. Bye-bye.